Greetings, and I'm Wet Hamster once more, bringing you King Truffles and Dragon Tails because I am lazy. I've gotten to a point where I'm running out of Kezu Extract faster than I can. Whoa, look at those cats go. But yeah, not Kezu Extract, but Pale Essence from Kezu's faster than than I can get it. So at least for the 8-star, I'll just be using the strength and health boost rather than the health and stamina boost. Secondly, speaking of which, I will be using just regular armor skin drugs, just because. But the reason why we're here in the house today is because I've been doing some upgrading, like I mentioned before. So I've got some new gun lances. Let's go find them. I have the Big Slugger. It is a orange version of the not the purple, but the Poison Gun Lance. The Poison Gun Lance being, well, the Gypceros one. But how I got this was, I upgraded the previous one I had once, and it was still green. Then I upgraded it again, and then it became orange, and now it's awesome. Well, it's not awesome. It still has fairly average-ish damage, but the poison value is pretty high, so it's not that bad. And now it has green sharpness. Before, it did not have green sharpness. It was like, it had a sliver of it. Also, I have the Sea King Gun Lance. I took my regular Plesioth Gun Lance, upgraded once, turned blue, upgraded again, didn't change its skin, but it got better stats. So if I'm aiming for water damage, this is pretty good actually. And it has blue sharpness on top of it. Got my Hellstinger, which is the Blangonga Gun Lance. As you can see, it hasn't really changed, but it's got better stats. As you can see, more blue sharpness, and the spread shelling is up to level 3. And it's got some nice affinity. Nice ice. Not very much physical damage. Oh, and speaking of which, I should probably... yeah, that's got level 3 gun lance. Or, well, shelling. That has level 3 shelling, so that's becoming a standard. I also took my white cannon. Now it's a black gun lance. I can upgrade it one more time, but I do not have the parts to upgrade it. But as you can see, it has some defense and very high base damage. Only shelling level 2 and -5 affinity. -5% affinity isn't that bad, it's doable. But it's still not that great in comparison to the full voltage one. I would still go for this one. Also the shelling level's the same, but I don't have the affinity problem, do I? I do believe I did. In case I didn't, like, I did upgrade the Dragonwood Gun Lance, and it's still absolutely terrible. And let's see, is there more to show? I do have my Scissor Gun Lance, but I can't upgrade that again yet. I believe that is all I have to upgrade, but for this round, I will be using the hammer. Lovely hammer. While it has the same graphics, I upgraded just slightly more, so now it's got a little bit more damage, not much. But the most important part is it has a little bit more. It has a little bit more, what is it called, sharpness. So, just showing off some of the new cool things. I will be showing the weapons off throughout, but it just depends if it's something that'll be good for me or not. But now I've kind of just showed them off just in case I don't use them. Also, something I'd like to show off is, like, I can actually make a Gypceros sort of gun lance, or I can upgrade it into like a Chameleon sort of gun lance. Like this one, right now would be better because it has higher base damage, more poison, a better sharpness, level 4 shelling, but it also requires me to get into G rank. This one, on the other hand, I actually could upgrade into it now, but I would be losing... I'd be gaining a little bit base damage, but I'd be losing so much poison attribute it's kind of pathetic. Whereas this would be, yeah, this would need G rank stuff. The Sea King, I can upgrade this with like, but you know, like this is like the upgrade choices I have. So just showing them just to show. But then there's the Volcano Gunlance, which people will probably not see. It's like a G rank only monster. But look at that, lovely damage. Let's see, the Hellstinger. Yes, I can actually upgrade this down to a 2 types of gun lances. It's just different color, but that's just because it's a brown Blangonga. Oh, it's copper Blangonga, that's right. Look at that, minus affinity. Ugh, that's terrible. Lots of base damage and good sharpness. And the same could be said about this weapon, only it's ice element. So, I don't know. It's like pick your poison. I would still go for the this one because it has plus 25 affinity. Wow, that's really good. No, there's nothing special there. There's nothing special there either. I mean, look at that. It's really atrocious. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, nothing there. Just going through all the upgrades, just seeing if there's anything interesting to show as far as the upgrades go. But now that I've shown them off, let's go do a mission. Ah yes, 2 Hypnocritus at once. But I have so many other things to do, yes, that we have to do everything. So basically, in secretly, he's taking the honor for doing these kills while we're doing it for him. As a favor. But we're getting money for it, but and I guess choice bits and parts from them. Ah, we're starting here in the middle of nowhere. Excellent. Is this good or bad? Well, we'll see. For now. Yeah, and you will actually be seeing me use Faye a lot more than all the other cats, just because, I mean, the buff cat is a double-edged blade, as in it never uses the buffs I want it to use, but it's leaps and bounds better than the other cats, in my opinion. Oh wow, this is actually a pretty big one. I can't even reach his head. I probably won't have the timing or aim down to, like, do headshots. Yeah, I don't even think I can hit the head. Wow. This is a pretty big Hypnocritus. If I had known I was going to be up against such a big Hypnocritus, I probably would have chose some other weapons. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yes, his wings have a lot of sharpness, so green sharpness is not enough to pierce the wings on the Hypnocritus, so I'm just gonna bounce. So I'm just gonna go for full charge shots and just keep slamming the legs. Hey, there's another Hypnocritus. He seems to be a lot smaller. Excellent. Might just be my imagination. I just noticed right now that the cat is distracting the other Hypnocritus. That's pretty good. Yeah, the only thing I can really do right now is just pound on the... Oh, crap. Cat's not near me. Oh, thank you for waking me up. That's fortuitous. Oh, he came to me. Yes. Oh, I didn't knock him down, I just staggered him while he's in the air. Oh well. C'est la vie. But yes, I will probably be using the hammer more than in a... I should probably paintball them. Just because. But yeah, I will, out of like all the weapons that I will be using other than the gun lance, I'll probably be using hammer more than, because hammer's broken. And we'll get the fights done a lot faster. And I'm just more comfortable with the hammer than a lot of the other weapons. I was kind of worried I was going to get mauled there. Like, yeah, Did he put him to sleep? Yeah, that's right, the Hypnocritus will put each other to sleep if you're lucky. If you're lucky. Oh, horrible timing. Plus he's enraged. That's not a good thing. Let's see. I wonder when one of them will leave. Well, I mean, I'm not too afraid of the Hypnocrituses. Not like not like it's a Plesioth. Ugh. The dual Plesioth fight. That was a horrible one. Yes, I finally knocked him over. Yes! Beefy hits on the head, yes! That is the only way I'm ever going to hit that head. At least on the really big one. I think I can just barely manage to hit the head. Oh, that was a terrible idea. That was a horrible idea. Yeah, I'm just kind of concentrating because if they had been small Hypnocrituses, I wouldn't have had such a big problem with them. It's only because they're like two huge Hypnocrituses that there's a minor problem with them, just because I'm not used to fighting them so big. I'm used to fighting small ones where I can easily reach the head with a hammer and just kind of have them locked down. Oh, nice. That was the first one. Excellent. Everything's going well. Yeah, speaking of which, now that I can actually concentrate a little less on the fights, because I don't have to worry about as many Hypnocrituses trying to murder me. I actually, now that I think about it, I've had time to reflect a little, and I think the reason why I'm a little bit more comfortable with doing Let's Plays than, say, I might have been if this hadn't have happened and been my past. I actually was sort of doing Let's Plays before Let's Plays were Let's Plays, like when I was a kid, like 10 years old, long time ago. Back in the PS1 era, actually. I actually did Let's Plays, sort of, like, back in the days. Like, I would play a game, and a bunch of people would gather around me and watch me play this game, because I guess I was the only one with some talent of playing video games. Listen to me say talent of playing video games, that sounds so sad. But yeah, then there would always be like a group of kids who would like gather around me and watch me play video games, and I'd basically be playing the game that they demanded I play. And it was like at a Fritidshjem, as they call them in Danish, but it's like a activity center club thing that your parents pay a certain a monthly fee. Your kid gets to go there, gets to join in a bunch of activities like go-kart riding, etc., and they also had a game room. And basically what you had to do was you had to write yourself on a list, and and you could take 30 minutes a day. So it was like an Excel art. You could take 15 minutes here and 15 minutes there. You could split it up however you like in 15-minute increments. But essentially, you had half an hour a day And there was like an unspoken rule where, yeah, you could actually give your time to somebody else if you wanted to. So I would arrive and I would get like this huge gathering of people who are like, oh, this person's there. Let us all give him our game time and tell him to play what game we want him to play. And they've been doing that ever since like we got the first PS2, well, not PS2, but PS1, and that was like when the PS1 was brand new, so it was way back. I mean, and I guess the reason why probably why I was the most competent at playing video games is because video games was not very popular in Denmark. It's like one of those really, really rare things. Like people would play. Like, almost nobody had a console in their home, and in my house, I was used to playing consoles. I had, like, a Nintendo, excuse me, and a Super Nintendo, and I had also played a good deal of Sega, Sonic games mainly, at a friend's house, who, like, everybody went to his house because he had a Sega. Nobody had a Sega. And there was no choice, and this is like basically our Nintendo and Super Nintendo, as well as Atari. They were imported from the US because we have family there. So we couldn't really get any games. So whenever we get games, we'd have family send them over or something, or we'd borrow some of theirs. So I was really big on console games and also Amiga games at the time. So I was really into the gaming scene, and I played a lot of video games. And so I was pretty decent at it, and I could actually win a lot of these games. So that's why I kind of gathered a following, where I would be able to win these games, and people would tell me to win the game, so they could see the ending to the game they were interested in. Even if it was just a dumb sports game. Like, I would play this stupid sports game. I wouldn't play football games, though. Like, that was the one game I did not play. But, like, racing games, fighting games, something like that. I would play all these games, and I would win them, and people would be flabbergasted, like, oh god, oh yes, he's won this game. And then sometimes I'd play the game again just to 100% it. Or because somebody wanted to see the ending. So, it was kind of interesting now that I reflect and thought back at it. Like, yeah, I've sort of been Let's Playing only, not recorded or anything, but, like, I had an audience of people, like, staring at the screen behind me. Most notably, like one of the most infamous games there was Silent Hill 1, where everybody would ask me to play this game over and over and over again because they had not seen the ending or the plot to the entire game, and they were too scared to play it. Like, that was where I had my biggest following, just because it was a scary game that nobody dared playing, and I was like cool with it. I was cool with it. I'm not easily scared or flinched. And all these guys are dead, and I'm happy. I should probably look into getting a better hammer, though. I'll probably look into getting a better hammer. Sometime after. Let's see what I get. Wow. But yeah, I'll probably look into getting a better hammer sometime around Hypnobuzar, Bizor, whatever. Once I start the 9-star missions, just because I'll have more things available to me. See what's good and what's not. But yeah, no, that went very well. I'm kind of happy how that video went. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Sorry if I rambled on too much.